Welcome back. All right, so some surprises with guys who didn't get qualified. The reason I'm wearing Anaheim is because a couple younger players that are now going to be unrestricted free agents on Wednesday. So at the top of the list, I've got Ilya Samsonov, who was not qualified for Washington. Phoenix Copley's going to UFA status. So the word is that they're in on Kemper, and that's likely where Darcy Kemper's going as Washington. Samsonov was 23, 12, and 5 with an 896 save percentage. Uh, and the goaltending cost them against Florida, sure, in the first round. So we'll see if bringing in Darcy Kemper, should he end up landing there, ends up helping. But yeah, that's a surprise. It's a surprise to me. First, they trade Vanacek to New Jersey, and now Samsonov has left as a free agent, not getting a qualifying offer. Anaheim making some waves with their own fans in the wrong direction. Sonny Milano not given a qualifying offer. 66 games, 14 goals, 20 assists, 34 points, and of course, famously paired up with Zegras on some memorable moments this past season. So I don't know how Zegras is going to feel about this, but Milano, it looks like is going to the market. Sam Steele, 68 games, 6 goals, 14 assists, 20 points. Steele was not making that natural progression to that next level. So Anaheim not giving him an offer either. Brendan Lemieux for the LA Kings, 50 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Some sandpaper in the lineup when you have Lemieux, but there are drawbacks to his game as well. So he doesn't get a qualifying offer. The one that surprises me, too, out of Arizona, is Kyle Capobianco, who played 45 games, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Relatively young. Somebody's going to give him a look. We'll see how things go for Capobianco, but Arizona deciding to move on. Montreal, proving me wrong. Rem Pitlick is hitting the market. 66 games, 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points from this year. No qualifying offer from Montreal. It's too bad because I like Pitlick, but I guess it must just be the defensive side of his game that teams don't like because the offense is there. He can put the puck in the net. Cale Clegg also, they acquired him on waivers. He doesn't get a qualifying offer either. 36 games in combined between LA and Montreal this year. 36 games, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points for Clegg. Adam Gaudette, of course, we knew he wasn't getting a qualifying offer, but he's on the board anyways because it's official. 58 games, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. I thought he fit in relatively well with Ottawa. He's on the move. Victor Mete as well as expected, not getting an offer. 37 games, 7 assists for him. Pittsburgh raising a couple of eyebrows with Danton Heinen not getting a qualifying offer. 76 games, 18 goals, 15 assists, 33 points. And this is why, when I was talking about UFAs this morning, I said this is going to muddy the waters. If you're able to pick up a guy who's maybe 34 or 35, might have a few years left, or you can pick up Heinen, who's younger and might be able to get you 20 this year, you might pick up Heinen. So it might change some GM's minds here. But yeah, Heinen not getting a qualifying offer. Chicago, as expected, not giving qualifying offers to Kubalik or Strome. Kubalik, 78 games, 15 goals, 17 assists. Strome, 69 games, 22 goals, 26 assists for him. So we'll see where they end up. Andre Kasha. I feel bad for Andre. There's talent, but he gets hurt a lot. So Toronto deciding not to qualify him, the same as Boston last year. 50 games, 14 goals, 13 assists, 27 points. Again, when he plays, he's good. It's just you can't rely on him to play often enough. And hopefully he gets another shot and hopefully plays at least 75 games this year should that happen. Not a huge surprise with Colorado that they didn't give a qualifying offer to Nicholas Aube-Kubel. It started out well enough, but you could tell during the playoffs he fell out of favor. He didn't get any points during the playoff run and was a healthy scratch as it ended. 74 games, 11 goals, 12 assists, 23 points, but he does have a Stanley Cup ring now, so you can't take that away from him. Gabriel Carlson, to me, is a bit of a surprise for Columbus. This isn't all the guys who didn't get qualifying offers either. These are just the ones that I wanted to talk about. Carlson, 38 games, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points for Columbus. Young enough that I think somebody will give him, at the very least, some sort of a contract. Might end up being a professional tryout. There will be guys on this list who end up getting PTOs rather than signed when we reach free agency on Wednesday. But yeah, for Carlson, 9 points for him. Vancouver didn't qualify Matthew Highmore. 46 games, 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points for him. And it's too bad. Highmore, the effort's there. Same with Juho Lammikko. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't qualify Lammikko. 75 games, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points. If they're looking for more scoring from their bottom six, I get it. If there's plans to promote from within, okay. But I thought Highmore and Lammikko were good foot soldiers for the Canucks. And so I wish them the best in wherever they end up. Brett Howden, there's a bit of an asterisk with this one, and I put right underneath there, may re-sign, because Brett Howden not qualified by Vegas, but apparently there's some discussion about whether or not they're going to sign him anyways. 47 games, 9 goals, 11 assists for Howden. Howden played really well for long stretches for Vegas this year, so I would be very surprised if they don't figure out a way to make that marriage continue. Evgeny Svechnikov for the Jets, not given a qualifying offer. The efforts there, 72 games though, and 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points. The problem was not having that finish. So, and I remember plenty of times this year where I would see him get a point, get a goal, and I'd be excited, and I'd say maybe this will get him going, and it just didn't. So maybe a change of scenery helps. San Jose must have seen what Anaheim did and said, yeah, all right, we'll do the same thing. Jonathan Dahlen not getting a qualifying offer has raised some eyebrows. So if you're a Canuck fan that's still upset that Dahlen was passed on by the Canucks and traded away, well, you're in luck. 61 games, 12 goals, 10 assists, 22 points. Dahlen's available. The one thing with Dahlen was he started off the season well, but he faded as the year went along. So San Jose deciding he's not in their plans. Nick Milosh, also not given a qualifying offer. 50 games, 2 goals, 5 assists for him. I thought Milosh was okay, so I'd be kind of surprised if he doesn't get another offer. Now, getting into today's signings, I thought about splitting this up into 2 videos, and I thought, nah, we'll do this in one. Nichushkin signs with Colorado. Now, there's been a lot of people who thought that I was taking shots at Nichushkin, but there's a simple reality. Nichushkin is a perfect fit for Colorado. Colorado is a perfect fit for him, and I don't know that he would have produced as well somewhere else as he does in Colorado. He gets an 8-year deal with Colorado worth $49 million. That's a cap hit of $6.125 million. So for Nichushkin, still a young player. He'll be 35 when this contract comes to an end. And yeah, I mean, he's cashed in. Good for him. Great move by Colorado. Burakovsky apparently is going to market. So if you were looking at seeing whether or not Burakovsky comes back, apparently Burakovsky's going to the market. Studenic re-signed by Dallas, 1 year, $750,000. Good fourth liner there. Christian Fischer signs a 1-year extension with the Arizona Coyotes, worth $1,125,875. I love when contracts are that specific. That makes me very happy when contracts are that specific. Like maybe they offered $900 and he said, oh, $875. And fine, we'll saw it off there. So Fischer's sticking around for Arizona. The LA Kings with 2 signings today. Carl Grundstrom signs a 2-year extension worth $2.6 million in total, or $1.3 million per season. Elias Anderson signs a 1-year deal at $750,000. And Montreal deciding $750,000 sounds good. They signed both Michael Pezzetta and Corey Schooneman for that number over a 1-year term. And I like both players. The effort is there. I thought Schooneman was underrated. And his contract tells me, at the very least, he's not going to be overpaid this year. So, with Montreal keeping Pezzetta, it makes a lot of sense. I think keeping Schooneman makes a lot of sense as well. Jacob Bryson signing an extension with Buffalo, 2 years at $3.7 million in total. $1.85 million cap hit for Bryson. And for Pittsburgh, they bring back Alex Nylander. So they don't qualify Heinen. They sign Nylander for a year at $750,000. We'll see whether or not this is the year that Nylander breaks through into the NHL and plays a few more games than he has the last couple of years. There's various reasons why Nylander hasn't broken through at the NHL level yet. Injuries sidelining him, definitely hurting his overall progress. But yeah, so there you go. That's what happened today around the National Hockey League. I expect another busy day tomorrow. But the qualifying offers not being given to these players muddy the waters when it comes to the unrestricted free agent market. And it should be an absolutely dynamic day on Wednesday. So rest up. I know I plan to rest up. I've slept 22 hours in the last 2 days. Mostly due to illness, but still I'm resting up. So 22 hours of sleep I've had, so I should be plenty rested in time for this fantasticness of all of these guys getting signed on the 13th or whenever they get signed, right? But I do expect I would if I had to wager, and I don't think that's a good idea, but I would say Samsonov probably gets a contract right away. Looking at you, Toronto. Sonny Milano, I don't think stays as a UFA for very long. Rem Pitlick probably gets a contract quickly, right? unless this is one of those guys who's going to put up good stats and then end up out of the league anyways, which does happen. I don't think Heinen stays as a UFA for long. Kubalik, Strome. The other interesting thing is Matthew Strome wasn't given a qualifying offer either. So technically, you could get Ryan Strome, Dylan Strome, and Matthew Strome. You could bring all three of them into your organization. If you have the cap space and the contract space, you bring them all in. So we'll see what happens with them. Andre Kasha, I don't think is going to stay UFA for that long. Heinen or Howden should re-sign, and I don't know how long Dahlin's going to be on the market. The other ones, maybe takes a little bit longer. But let me know your guesses in the comment section below. Which one of the guys who got not qualified today ends up being off the market first, and why is it Ilya Samsonov, or why is it not Ilya Samsonov? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.